On January 14, 2003, police in St. Cloud, Minnesota got a call from 17-year-old Jason McLennan. He said he'd come home to find his father, Ken, shot to death. Police launched a homicide investigation. They soon received reports that they needed to look at Jason and his friend, Matthew Moeller. They brought both teens down to the station for questioning, starting with Moeller.
So I thought you have a seat right here, Matt. Well, is there something next to? Yeah, I'll get it. Do you want me to sit in here or not? If you're more welcome to. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you. I had a terrible cold and when you want for about a week, you get hit. You need them. It's a great. I'll wait for Light to get back from when it started. Okay. I'll let you do the restroom. What's that? I'll direct you to the evening. We found a box after you left. Oh, alright. Anyway, just leave it in here. We'll probably end up using it. I kind of advised him before I started that we were going to take the position that we would, really ask him some questions over and probably ask us the same questions a couple times, but especially everything you've said and covered. I think we have 1862 with that next year. So, right? Yes. 1592. I'm sorry, you're right, it's 1892. This will be a Q&A statement taken by Officer Roll, reference case number 03001892. Statement will be taken on 1/14/03 at 08:30 hours of Law Enforcement Center with Matt Moeller, also present as Officer or Lloyd Orr. Matt, you can state your full name for me, please. Matthew Raymond Moeller. Spell your last name. R-A-Y-M-O-N. Your last name, I'm sorry. Oh, M-O-E-L-L-E-R. And your current address. Is this Stearns County? Yep. No, is it there? 5532. Which one? Okay, currently it's a student tag, right? Yep. Officer Orth and I, when we came out to your house this morning, we advised you you're not under arrest, right? Yeah. You came here really voluntarily to give us a statement numbers. What was going on last night, and you might have. I understand that you're free to leave. If you have any questions, need to use the restroom, need water, or something. Okay. You're familiar with Jason and McClellan? McLennan. Yeah, he's one of my better friends. Okay. How long have you known Jason? Since actually the date was August 28th. It was the first day I got my nose. I had a party that day. He came out there. That party, that's when I first got introduced to him by his girlfriend at the time. Okay, what was his girlfriend? Danielle. And you hung out with us since August quite a bit. Well, actually, it wasn't as much until about like December, a couple months ago. Okay. I mean, it's just regular whatever going after school. People sneaking out. You said earlier you snuck out 2 times or something. How about yesterday? Did you go to school yesterday? Yesterday, I went to my class, but I didn't go to school. I did leave school. You didn't? I did leave school grounds. Okay, so you said a minute ago that you only have a few classes during the day, right? Yeah, I only have 3 classes. And what times are those? Period 1 and 2, I don't even know. Right away in the morning? Yeah, right away in the morning. Then I have another one, period 9. So that's toward the end of the day, maybe 2 o'clock. That one is actually starts at 1:20. It goes till 2:16. And you did not stay till 2:16 yesterday? No, I did stay till 2:16. Yeah, that's right. I didn't go to my period 9 class yesterday. I came there after period 2 and stayed all day. Okay. And it was me, Kyle, Jason McLennan were there all day. Okay. So you left school yesterday at what time? If you had a period 2, it'd be 10:30. I'm confusing you just a little bit. I thought, okay, you said you stayed after period 2? No, I stayed for period period 1 and for period 2.
Okay.
I left at the end of period 2, so that would be like 10:30, 10:32. I think the time of class.
So you left school at approximately 10:30.
Approximately 10:30. Yeah.
With who? With
I left school with chase control.
Okay. And you left school at 10:30.
Yep.
Did you ever return to school?
No, I don't return to school.
What did you do after you left school with Nolan?
After we just went to Jason McClellan's house.
Oh, you three went there?
Me and Crone were there.
Okay.
Jason McClellan and Kyle Melberg were already there when me and Crone showed up.
Okay. Albert and were at the house. And you got there about what time, basically?
Whatever, 10:40, whatever, 10 minutes from tech. You know.
Okay, so you were straight over.
Yeah, we went straight over.
What was your purpose for going over?
Go somewhere, well, because I have 3 opens, you know. And I don't really want to just sit around in school, so he was home skipping school that day, so I figured I'd just go there.
Here's the deal, Matt. We're not interested in anything that you may have done illegal. That's not involved in this situation. So if you guys are smoking dope, drug, drinking beer, we're going to give a shit. Okay, understand? Okay. We just want to know exactly what was happening related to our asking.
Well, then, yeah, exactly that day, basically, we smoked pot, drank some beer.
Yeah, and I should kind of mention that to you earlier, or that I'm not concerned about that. Question and that. So just what's really important is your honesty.
Okay.
You know, if you think shit, I don't want to say that, because I don't want to be my answer, somebody else is in trouble, we're going to worry about it. Okay. We're not even going to approach that. We're not going to worry about it. That's fine. Fair enough. So you went over there with your own. McLean and Melberg are already there.
Yep.
McLean skipped school.
Yep.
Okay. How about Melberg?
Melberg, I think, just left after first period or something.
Okay. And Crone didn't go to school at all. Let's stay at school. You still want to attend, right? So all 4 of you have to attend.
I'm going to be at base.
Okay, but you're all currently right
We
here.
are all currently at tech right now.
Okay. And it's just the 4 of you there when you get to McLean's house?
Yep, that was basically just us 4 all day.
Okay.
Except for my girlfriend and her friend who had stopped over for 20 minutes.
And who's that?
That is Colette.
You just collect your girlfriend?
Yep.
And Caitlin is it?
Yep. So let's see.
What time do you remember them stopping by?
Getting
12:30?
11:30, 30, somewhere in there.
Okay. They stayed just for a short period of time?
Yeah, they only stayed for about that hour right there.
Okay. So you guys are hanging out, all 4 of you, for a while, 6 of you, smoking some dope in the house, playing some pool, okay? Did you ever leave? Anybody leave the house?
During the day, me and Jason Crone left.
Okay.
We went, that was early, that was like right away, so like, we got there at 10:30, we probably left at like 11. Because Jason McClellan didn't have that much food in his house, so we went to Jason Crone's house to because they were hungry.
Crone living right now with his mom or his dad?
I'm sure actually, I go back and forth.
Okay,
I think we went to his dad's.
And you were explaining what you did.
Yeah, we just went to his dad's, made some, watched TV, stayed there for another half an hour, went back to Jason McClellan's house.
So you got back there by the time what time?
Approximately 11:25.
And shortly after that, the girls show up.
Sure, yes.
Stayed for a while.
Yep.
And then explain what happened during the afternoon.
Later afternoon, basically it was about the same thing all day until about 2:30. And that's when Jason McClellan, Jason Crone's mom called. She had found out Jason and me were skipping school.
Okay.
So she came and picked up Jason Crone.
Okay.
Then we were kind of just sitting there like, what are we gonna do? So then, I called my dad to see if I could stay out later. And I lied to him. I told him I was gonna go make a movie for school, but really we were just gonna go bullshit. Whatever. And so we did that, and then I just I left with Kyle Melberg and Jason after being in town about 7:25. No, it wasn't that late. That was home by 7. It was way sooner. It was like 5:30.
Was
His daddy came.
I don't interrupt you right now. I found a couple of notes. Back up for a second. We got Jason's mom picks him up.
Jason Crone's mom.
It's about what time?
2:30.
2:30. And then you went on to say something that gets down.
after that, we just didn't know what to do. We just sat around the house.
Okay.
And then we just kind of devised a plan because Kyle said he wanted to go here, you know, kind of just be sure, hey, let's go do something, you know. Jason said he doesn't know when his dad's going to be home, so he wanted to be out of the house.
Was he expecting his dad?
He knew his dad was going to be home that night.
He didn't. Where did his dad then? Okay, for a trip or what?
Business trip, his dad was. So we go over to his house because dad's out of town. Yeah, with no parents or anything.
So you guys, you three then divided the plan to do something, you know,
Yeah.
what did you end up doing?
Ain't going to tell him. Jeez, we went to Outback, picked up some chips. Then we went to the youth shelter supply and got some stuff.
Okay.
Right from the store, went to the mall for a little bit. Saw a couple friends, you know, Joel and Kristen, you know, just walked around the mall, not a big deal.
And the three of you then, Jason McLennan, kind of Melbourne and yourself.
Yep.
Are all hanging out at this time.
Yep.
Do you go to Outback together?
Did we go to well, we took separate cars, but yeah, we all went.
Okay, you took 3 separate cars? 2 cars
Kyle Elders and Jason
from McLennan's house?
Yep.
And you left yours
at his
at
house.
his house. So you took both of those cars out to Outback?
Yep.
And
Dropped Jason and top it Outback.
okay, for what was the purpose?
Jake dropping Jason's off. He doesn't actually have his license.
Okay, so
He shouldn't be driving anyway. So
but why didn't you take the car?
what do we take?
His car?
He just likes to drive more, you know, because he isn't going to drive for his dad's home. I don't know, really. He just took his car, and I didn't have any gas. That's why I could take my car.
Okay. And you said you got tips. Was tips or what?
They're bussers.
Both of Kyle and Jason.
Jason McLaren, yeah, they're bussers that Outback, so they're going to pick up tips like the next day.
Okay.
So
Yeah, one of them worked yesterday.
yesterday, I don't know if Kyle did for sure. I know Jason.
So you pick up tips and then you leave in one vehicle or vehicles.
Tom worked.
Okay, and you leave the fire there.
Yep.
Again, do you know why you left that car there?
I don't think he had that much gas in him. I don't think he wanted to drive around. But I can't say for sure.
When you left with Melberg then, do you remember maybe how much money they got?
I don't even remember. God.
Okay. Was there a reason for someone to get money first? I mean, you wanted to buy some.
Well, it's just she got to buy some milks, get some gas, or whatever, you know, what I get through the day.
What did you do then after you left Outback? Do you remember what time you might have left there?
See, now this is where I can't really tell you the time because this is just riding around in a car. I know it was between 2:30 and 5:30. This like little chain of events happened. Okay, this is like 2:30 and 5:30 because yeah, I got home about 5:45. So that'd be
To your residence.
yes, to my house. So that means we got back to Jason's at about 5:30.
Okay. And you had stated earlier that Jason wanted to be gone when his dad got home.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that? What did he say or why?
It's just like my dad's gonna be going back, so we should be going. So
Okay, because then he shouldn't have been home probably because he should have been in school.
yeah, more than likely.
Okay, so that makes logical sense.
Yeah.
So any discussion, conversation, I mean, during this period of time?
So we just no, we weren't really talking about like problems or anything.
And now, when you got back at 5:30, roughly 5:30 to Jason McLennan's house, what happened? Like,
Got my car and left. His dad was home, so you know, I
I
just
just didn't know his dad's home.
because the Cadillac was in the garage.
Okay. Was there anything said about shit called to?
What's that?
Was there anything said about shit about dad's home?
Not really. He called Jason's cell phone because Jason has the key to the house and the door was locked.
Oh, okay.
And so he just called and said, you know, Jason, I'm home, come let me in. And then he was kind of, oh shit, he wasn't supposed to have his car. And that's the only thing that he kind of said, oh shit, because he can't be driving around, you know. And so.
What was the discussion that you recall? Yeah, that he was having on the phone, right?
Oh, with his dad?
Yeah.
I don't even really remember words. Probably just, you know, come home, I'm back, I need the door open, you know.
And so when you got home, explain to me what happened.
When I got back, when we got back, I rode with Jason in his car. He just let me out. I got in my car. His dad came and said hi. Said hi, and just
And he got in the car there.
Jason?
I mean, dad got in the house and everything.
Yeah, well, I didn't really stick around, but yeah, I'm assuming that he got in the house.
Okay. You were wearing the clothes that you provided us, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was wearing all day long.
Okay. Do you remember what Jason was wearing?
Like t-shirt, some jeans.
Do you want to just make more sense? So then you leave and you go home. You're home about 5:45, and at some point, what are you doing home?
I just got home and ate food, and then, like, my girlfriend was coming over after work at 7 o'clock, so my girlfriend came over at 7 and stayed till about 9:20.
Okay.
Jason called me at like 10 after 9, and my girlfriend, she didn't like me, in trouble with my parents and stuff, so like, he called, I just said, I'll call you back. Because I knew what he wanted me to sneak out.
And you talked about that earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually always, I'd sneak out with different people. I mean, if I'm not sneaking out with him, I'll sneak out with somebody else.
Sure.
Typically, who do I sneak out with? Matt Friedman, but he's just another guy.
Okay. And you snuck out with Jason.
Yep.
Purpose for that is what?
We're around, smoke some cigarettes, smoke some pot sometimes. We didn't have any last night, so we just basically went around and smoked some cigarettes.
And so McLennan calls you at home about 9:10.
Yeah, about 10 after 9.
Is he at home?
Jason McLennan?
Yeah.
He called on his cell phone.
Okay.
That's what he always uses.
Okay. Did you assume he was home or was home?
Yeah, I assumed he was home.
What did he say to you?
He just said, yeah, we left a couple beer bottles out. My dad's kind of pissed, but not really. So he's like, you want us to couch thing? I said, yeah, sure, probably take my parents to the while and go to sleep, so,
Okay. So you guys had been drinking some beers in the house earlier?
Yeah,
Where did you get the beer from?
he got it from his word.
Jason
That
did?
out back, you know.
Okay. So Dad found some beer bottles and he made a comment that Dad found some stuff.
Yep.
Did he elaborate at all about the problems that had been happening or anything around the house that had gone on since you left?
Told me his dad was leaving. That's like, yeah.
What did he say about that meeting?
He just said, yeah, my dad's going out of town to get the army. So, pretty much meaning my dad's going out of town.
We have troubles.
Yeah, we have the house pretty much.
Did he say where he's going or anything like that?
No. Usually I don't find out where he's going till like some days after, till his dad calls on his cell phone.
This is where he's at.
Yeah.
Calls you at 9:10. Asks, don't sneak out again.
And then we'll tell him we're coming back. Columbia's roughly 5 minutes later. She was probably like leaving when he called, I think.
Okay.
So, I can settle back and call back up at 1:15 said, yeah, that'll be fine. Come pick you up.
Okay.
We would wait a couple more minutes. My parents were out by 9:20, so that's when I left.
Okay, they were sleeping by 20 after.
Yeah, they were sick.
When you left the house, did you just walk upstairs and go out?
No, I my basement door, like when you came down my steps, there's that door that's like straight access right to the outside. So you can walk out. So yeah, I just walk right in my room that way.
Okay. And what vehicle you took your own?
I took my own vehicle.
Okay, that's that black Mazda.
Yep.
Did you stop to pick anybody up, or what did you do when you left the house?
When I left the house, I just went straight to Jason's.
Okay. And explain to me when you got there what you did.
I pulled up behind the mailbox, on his mailbox or like on the blind side of his house. And then walked back downstairs, back where he was like playing pool. And I just kind of knocked the window a couple times, and then he just like come in. And then we were just whispering, and he said, my dad's not quite asleep yet, we should wait, because his dad's like, I don't know. I guess the way he makes it sound, his dad like kind of finds out about a lot of stuff, so.
That Jason was doing?
Yeah, well, he finds out like if Jason will do something, like normal parents, I don't know, like my parents, they don't find out that much stuff, but it seems like his dad, like if there's like a smudge on the wall, his dad will notice like right away, or something like that. But so we waited for his dad to go to sleep. That was about a half an hour. We sat downstairs, so we left at about 10ish. And I want to say,
What were you doing from the time you got there till the time?
we just sat on the couch and basically just whispered.
Any phone calls come, or did you make any calls?
Yeah.
Did you go upstairs?
He went upstairs like once, but that was just to, like, kind of go listen and see if his TV was still on, and grab his pops.
Now, I'm not familiar with the residence, okay, so you gotta help me out. You went in
I went in, like,
slide door, you said.
yeah, it's like you go back, like, all the way around the house.
Okay.
And it's like a back sliding door, like his back porch door. That's the, obviously,
It was into
it was into the basement.
basement, okay. And then, you hung out in the basement area.
But yeah, we just hung out, like,
You said pool
in
table.
that little 10 feet areas, pool table and stuff.
Jason has a bedroom where?
That is on that bottom level.
On that bottom level. On his dad's bedroom. Third level. Okay. So you didn't go in any of the rooms? Or did you?
Not that night, no.
Okay. Did he start to say?
Yeah, he walked like upstairs once to like go check if his dad was asleep for sure, and just to grab us some pops.
Okay, so he did grab some pops then? And did he say what was the conversation? Finally figured out his dad to sleep or was safe?
Yeah, he's just like trying to give me a nod and went on.
Which way did you leave the house?
We went like straight, like,
When you left the residence itself, what did you go out the same way you had come in?
oh yeah, the same we came around back.
Did you lock the door when you left?
No, we left it open.
Okay, left it. It was closed. Was it closed?
I think it might have been like cracked, but it was closed enough like that.
But you left it unlocked for sure.
Yeah, it was.
Is that a normal door that you always use?
To sneak in, yeah, that's the door.
Even to come and visit?
Oh no, to come and visit, I just go in the front door.
Okay. Is that a door that Jason normally uses?
The only time we ever use that door is if we're gonna smoke a cigarette outside or if we're sneaking in.
Does he have a key for that?
I don't even think so, or he does that at home.
Okay. So anyway, roughly 10 o'clock you leave.
Yep.
And what do you guys do?
We went to, first we scrounged up some change, then we went to go for gas and cigarettes.
Where did you scrounge the change going?
He grabbed like a whole change thing from his room and there was some change in my car, so can I say that prior to leaving, or? That was like, yeah, prior to leaving while we were in the house, he just grabbed like a change bag. So I mean, he just went to his room and grabbed it, and then like we just let her change in my car too.
Had you spent the tip money that he had got earlier?
I don't know if he had spent it or put it in his bank account or what it was, but he said we need some cigarettes, got a little change.
Okay.
Basically, we're paying for change.
What else did you take with you from those chamber?
Besides the pop and the change thing, nothing really.
And was he wearing the same clothes at this time that you were rooming?
Yeah, he was wearing his white collared t-shirt.
White collared t-shirt.
Yeah, I remember what it was like, kind of like a collared short sleeves. Yeah, like a polo shirt, something like that. Yeah, same freaky shirt.
And you said pants are in jeans or what?
Yeah, they're like jeans. I don't really remember. I'm almost positive they were jeans.
When you left, did you give him a 4-9?
Yeah, he was wearing a disco. What kind of was that? It's just like a Columbia jacket, like a gray and black.
Okay. You leave about 10 o'clock, you know, with some change.
You
And what do you do?
go go fill gas, bought some cigarettes. Then we went see if we can scrounge up maybe a little more change for some McDonald's, but that wasn't here. Because we already spent $3.40 on cigarettes, so then we just went and cruised around on Division for a while.
Okay.
I mean, we just, like, usually we just go to his house, but I mean, we don't got really anywhere to go, so we just kind of went and cruised around on Division, took some back roads.
What time do you think we were going for, guys?
What time? So we went straight from his house there, so.
Shortly after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you bought cigarettes there?
Yep.
Just two of you were there?
I went in, he stayed in the car.
I was wrong, I'm sorry, the time was wrong.
Shortly after.
And after buying cigarettes, you cruised Division?
Yeah.
And then cruised back roads?
Cruise Division, cruise back roads, so it was all like one thing, we go to Division, did some back roads, back roads.
Were you doing any drinking or anything like that?
No, we didn't have any beer, any drugs, nothing.
Okay, didn't have any weed left or anything like that, so. Did you call anybody, hook up with anybody?
We did because I had talked to mostly everybody else like earlier that day. Maybe could.
And did you give a cell phone time?
Yeah.
Did you call, did you get phone calls? So no other shots that you could recall?
Well, we stopped by one of my friend's house. Bob Yeah, well, we'd stop at first. We called the cell. Actually, yes, we did make a phone call. Okay. We made one phone call. It was to Bob, but nobody picked up.
Yeah, how many phone calls? This is how the student attack.
He used to be.
What time did you call? Jason, what they call him?
Yeah, like no, I call him because I know him a little better. It's Jason, yeah, from the
So
cell.
is this isolated or something?
No, just to hang out, just to find a place to hang out.
Okay.
And it's Bud left maybe. My best try.
Is he about your guys' age or older?
He's older, yeah, I think he's like 19.
Say call him for some time.
We called him and he didn't answer. And so I'm just like, well, maybe, maybe he didn't answer his phone. Somebody dropped by his house and like walked up there, kind of looked in the window and didn't really see anything at all. So it was just like, it was at morning flags.
So where is his house at? Do you know the address?
I don't know the address, no. You go over the bridge,
Over the 10th Street Bridge?
over the St. Cloud State Bridge,
East Bridge, yeah.
Yep, and then you go straight through that.
We're going east now, right?
You're
Yeah, we just
towards July.
towards Sloan.
Yep, you go down that road. I think it's maybe the fourth right turn off that.
Okay, so right, that's okay. Just up Hills Road, right on the side of the road.
12th or 13th. Yeah, it's like 12th or 13th Street. Yeah, it's before the stop sign, before the fire department.
Okay. You stop there, nobody home.
Home, just pretty much went back to whatever.
What you
Travel around.
make any other stops? Talk to anybody? Make any other phone calls? Anything last night?
That's the only thing we called Bob. He wasn't there. We don't stop there. We just drove around the rest of the night.
Okay. At some point, you ended up at home.
Yeah,
And he ended up at home.
Yeah.
Right? What time was that?
I dropped him off at like 1:45. Yeah, because my dad goes to work at like 2:30 in the morning. So I gotta be home 2 or 5 after. Yeah, I gotta be home by 2, like for sure.
Okay.
And so yeah, I just dropped him off at like 1:45, and then I left, and I was home at like 2.
Were you
2:05, 2:05, something.
or are you how sure are you were meant to apply?
I'm positive I was home.
So you would have had to have dropped him off. Takes you how long minimum?
Just about 15, 20 minutes to get home to his house.
Okay. When you dropped him off, explain to me what you did.
I pulled up in the same spot, and then got out. It wasn't.
Did you go back? You didn't go back
No,
in?
I didn't go back in the house.
Okay. Did you see him walk? Did you see him walk to the house? Wait for me.
Well, like all I did was shut the door, and I kind of like watched him walk the path we were going, but I just left that.
Which was in the direction of the back door.
Yeah.
Or the basement door.
Yeah.
Okay. You got home about 2:05. Received any phone calls? Did you call him?
I just went to bed after that.
You I told you kind of what was going on. And it sounded like there maybe had been some problems and some issues with his father. I mean, some arguments or about skipping school or about skipping out at night. Or
Yeah.
what are you aware of that? What's regarding that?
Like as far as like what Sam would be mad about, or
Yeah.
yeah, I mean he skips school and does, but like as far as like what I know that his dad knows that he does is, the house might be a little messy. He comes back and he found out he skipped school before, but
What's the relationship like?
I don't even really see them like together, because like really the only times anyone's over there is when his dad's out of town, which is
What does he talk about? You talk about your parents, don't you?
Yeah.
Your friend?
Oh, you mean like just if he talks about his dad, what's he talk about? I don't know. He said stuff about his dad's girlfriend before, and like what he does for a job. Works at the Creative Members Building, kind of a rich guy. But
Who's his dad's girlfriend, do you know?
I don't know her name. I know she's from Switzerland. She's not allowed in the country anymore, so I don't know.
Not a lot in the U.S.
And she's not allowed in the U.S. anymore.
That's
What she told me is, yeah, I guess she came in here a lot to visit him.
He doesn't call you, maybe?
I don't know, maybe. He lived in Florida before this, but his dad came up and lived in Minnesota for, he said, like 2 or 3 months at a time. So he came up and lived up.
So, other than learning about what his dad did for work and his dad's girlfriend, what did you hear about him and his father and as far as other people? Arguments, problems?
Like anytime, like when he came back, I remember one time when he came back from being out of town, we kind of had some people over more not really intended to be a part of it, And he was telling me how his dad was tweaking about like the stupidest things in the world, because there was like he like broke a chair or whatever, but like his dad didn't say anything about that, but he yelled about like a little smudge on the wall. I remember he was pretty upset about that.
Okay.
And his dad didn't know about that smudge on the wall.
Did you ever see any arguments or fights?
I was in his room one time when they were kind of, father son arguing type thing, but it wasn't like control.
Nothing physical and like that. How about any problems that you guys have had recently, or Jason specifically, or his family? Any problems with anybody else? Any arguments, fights, issues that
I know he doesn't like the girl. That's what
Jason's dad doesn't think is
Jason doesn't like Jason's dad's girl.
okay. Is there a reason why?
Well, he told me one time that he thought his dad was cheating on his mom before she died.
Okay, so and so you know a little bit about the family history.
I kind of like the fact that his mom and dad were married, whatever, and then his mom died cancer. So, 3 years ago, I think he said.
Okay.
4 years ago. Yeah, positive.
Okay. And you and Jason had a conversation about the girlfriend.
Yeah, we kind of talked about like his girlfriend.
And he
kind of just says like, I don't really like her, but he's like, it doesn't really matter anymore because she can't come to the United States, so I don't have to worry about her anymore. So I don't even think they're going out.
when do you remember when you had that conversation about?
That was actually one of the more recent ones about something serious. That was just like, well,
Any other serious conversations, reference relationships with family that
not really. I mean, I don't really talk about that kind of stuff with my guy friends. That's more like people. I'm just sure. But
did you say that
he doesn't anymore. He's got girls. I guess girls tend to like him.
he was dating Daniel Smelter?
He was, yeah. That was like 4 months ago. That's like.
Were you, just to back up a second, were you on, did I talk to you about that fight that time?
Yeah, you did talk to me about that. My was in the animal. No, he was not. He did.
Were they dating?
That was earlier. That was before. I think that was before you moved here. Honestly.
Okay. Were they dating at the time? Okay. Okay. Because Danielle
No, she had actually. Yeah, that's
she had her college boyfriend.
Yeah, that's her college boyfriend. That was way.
Okay. I was just remember having that discussion. You guys have stuck out 5-6 times in the last how long?
A couple weeks.
Last couple weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah, couple weeks to a month.
Okay.
I mean, those warmer nights when it was nicer out. Yeah, that was for sure. But I mean, like a couple nights ago when it was like 1 degree out, we didn't. I mean, it was too cold.
Okay. Typically about the same type of routine. Or
yeah, it's the same exact routine. I go, pull up to that mailbox, walk back around, tap his window.
Okay.
I mean, this was like one of the first. There was only one other time besides this one that we actually like had to wait in his house for his dad to go to sleep, but that's just for obvious reasons. This is like the other night was one of the earliest nights I've been there. Usually I come into this house, so.
Now, I asked you if you were aware of any problems in the family. Are you aware of anything, just to be more specific, about any strange things occurring around the house, any phone calls, prank phone calls, any people showing up unexpectedly at the house, any that kind of stuff?
Not really, like, nobody really ever calls us house phone. Because him and his dad both have cell phones.
Okay.
But like, as far as straight, I mean, not really.
Their house normally, does it have an alarm or anything like that? Like, it's
I
pretty
think it has an alarm system, but I don't think they set it. I mean, they keep their doors locked though. I mean, it seriously surprised me that he left that basement door open. Because like, being in Florida is like really key to locking all this stuff up.
Where did they live in Florida? Did you live in the city? Okay. So normally, who's really, did you say keen on locking things up?
Yeah.
Who is?
Jason locks his stuff off all the time. I mean, he locks his car when it's in the garage. I mean, I don't even lock my car when it sits outside of my house. So,
Is the house normally locked up?
the house is normally always locked up.
Okay, front and back door.
Front and back door.
And do you ever remember a time when you would have went over there where the house wasn't locked up, other than last night?
Just, I mean, like when he's home, like by himself, his dad's gone. I mean, I just kind of walk in the front door
during the day.
Yeah.
You show up at night, the doors are not.
Oh yeah. He keeps the doors locked at day sometimes too. You know, sometimes when I come through, he just says, "Lock the door, please."
Okay. Are there valuables inside the house?
Yeah, they tend to be.
Like what?
They got a lot of stuff. I mean, they got like expensive furniture, expensive. A lot of stuff expensive.
How about jewelry or collectibles or antiques or guns or?
And well, there's like a lot of collectibles and antiques in his dad's office. Like I kind of like just had a look in his room, but I've never like been like actually in there. Like we walked around in it once, but it's not like
Anybody that you know ever taken anything from the house? Looking for money, pawning something off. I mean, you know how kids sometimes will take something and pawn it or
Some stole a frozen pizza sometime, but yeah, but that did.
I mean, nothing of value.
No, nothing of value that.
Okay. How about jewelry, guns, collectibles?
Did I know anyone that took it? Or
Don't you know many in the house?
like he's got some old swords and stuff, and he's got like one old gun, like really old, like
What kind of?
like Revolutionary age gun, like old Wild Western, like powder gun.
Like a black powder gun?
Yeah, like a black powder gun. He's got one of those like up on his wall on display with like a sword, and like he's got some fancy swords. And
Any
stuff.
other weapons collections that would be valuable or any other weapons in the house?
He's got Jason himself has like just a crappy pawn shop sword that's all bent up, but that's about basically.
Any firearms in the house? Did you ever see or?
I mean, he told me one time his dad used to have a 44 or something like that, but he said he wouldn't know where God's name was since we weren't just messing around with it for a long time. But
Okay. Have you guys ever, you have some guns at home, playing around?
Yes, yeah.
Have you guys ever together, fired any guns?
Not that I can remember.
Not that if you have this bad thing.
No.
I mean, if you told me you went out and shot a bunch of road signs, I don't shit. Okay, but it's important that I know that.
Oh yeah. No, me and Jason have never went shotguns together. No.
Okay. Have you ever heard of him talking about shooting guns?
Yeah, he said he used to like go shoot stuff in Florida, but
How about recently since he's been here?
recently since not that he's told me.
Never had any discussion about him shooting any guns.
How was Jason's demeanor like the night you guys were all cruising around last night?
Like, what was he like? Yeah,
It was
same, pretty much same as everything. He's always in the same kind of mood, basically. Yeah, I don't really care. Just kind of let's go. You're going to be wild type thing, you know. But
Was he angry about anything particular last night?
you didn't really seem angry like you can.
And this part here I was going to ask you about is important. Where specifically did you guys all drive around last night? You talked about the visions.
Like 3 hours. Let's see, we went Cooper, we drove on Cooper to go for a gas back to Division, cruising around the Division maybe half an hour to 45 minutes. Then from there we went kind of back out by Jason McClellan, kind of out there, you know, like in that back St. Augusta area, kind of back by Oak Hill and stuff. Like those back roads all around in there. I mean, we drove there for a while and then we went back to Division. So
And that's the only place that you guys
that's the places we cruised around.
You did the driving.
I did the driving, yeah.
Okay. No talk about any kind of gun that he was kept at a friend's house that he was infatuated with, or what he would own. Did you know any friends who may have handguns? I don't care if you
He
do.
doesn't even really like guns, though, it seems like to me, because like when he first came over to my house, or like the first time, like we were looking at my shotguns, and he just didn't seem interested, you know. He just didn't seem like the kind of kid that would be interested to care about a shotgun. So, I spoke to him.
If he had an opportunity to shoot like you do, okay, where would he have had that opportunity to do
He
that?
would have an opportunity to go shoot a gun.
Yeah, to go shoot a gun.
And your bud's got guns.
I mean, I do. Joel does. I mean, Kayla Nissen's dad does. I don't know, but it does. Jason Crone does have a shotgun. But that's about all I told him anyway.
But you don't recall any talk about target practice or driving around the building yet. So.
Yes. I asked him if he wanted to go shoot road signs with me one time, but we just went to party instead.
So I just brought that up because that's typically a shoot.
We shoot the road signs.
You know, so I mean, if you did, no big deal. I'm not gonna ask you where, but if you got a route shooting, it's important that I know that you're demonstrating.
How come when you got back to his residence and dropped him off that evening, were there any lights on in the house that you used?
Not that I remember. Like I said, all three of the garage, both garages, 3-car garage.
You need neighbors up that time?
Like the lights, actually, like neighbor's house, like next door, like they're like lights out in their driveway were on.
Okay.
But that's because, well, it's not really unusual, but it's kind of a thing to look at when you're sneaking out, neighbor's lights are on.
Did you guys talk at all about today? What plan for today?
Well, just basically the only thing that he said, are you coming to school tomorrow? And I said, yeah, I gotta go, I gotta make sure I get these dressed. And he said, yeah, in this couple of days, I probably can go to that tomorrow too.
Okay. Does he have a normal routine? I mean, when he did home from sneaking in, like you kind of do him straight to bed?
Yeah, I don't know his routine. I mean, I know my routine, but I don't know what he does.
Okay. And again, you didn't have a chance to talk to him since you dropped him off last night.
Did his dad know he smoked? His dad know Jason smoked? Yeah, his dad does know. What was his? He told me, like, because I remember we talked about that one time, and I'm like, well, does your dad carry smoke? He's like, well, he carries I smoke. He's like, hey, he's going to let me do it as long as I do it outside. And I'm like, well, if he knows he's smoking, you ask him if he can do it inside. He's like, well, I just don't want to rub it in my dad's face. He's like, he's letting me smoke outside the way it is.
So you don't think his dad would have gotten that upset or didn't appear? So
No, he won't get that upset about smoking, for sure.
What about the booze and the weed?
Weed, I highly doubt he found out about. The booze, might have been a little upset. I don't know, like, just the way Jason sounded, it didn't seem like his dad was that pissed off,
Okay. That's the first time you've been caught doing anything other than maybe smoking some cigarettes?
Like, this was, like, actually the worst thing he found was a couple beer bottles, because, like, the last times he'd come home, the only thing he'd kind of find would be, like, little smudges on the wall, and little sticks, or...
How about, catching him sneaking out before?
He's never caught him sneaking out before, not in Minnesota, not at least when he's been with me.
Okay. And has there been a significant problem in school with truancy, escaping, and stuff like that? The suspensions and
Jason skipped class. He skips class, but he doesn't smart away. Make sure that he's not going to be missing the whole heck of the world. I mean, I don't know what happened these last couple of days. That was his dad was just gone, so I mean, he took advantage of that.
Okay. But how long has dad been gone?
Done like Thursday last week.
So not suspensions,
No, he hasn't been suspended.
Do you know about history prior to moving to psychology?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that a little bit, but it was more or less, it wasn't really like, he didn't really say direct things. We never really talked about exact things that happened.
Okay. Indirectly, you had discussions about
Like, he kind of says, like, like he was in a car club in Florida, and how he had, like, basically what his friends would do. Because we kind of talk about how Minnesota and Florida are different, Because he's like, it's different because in Minnesota, you can't just kind of go out to a club or go here, you've got to drive around and do nothing. But in Florida, like, he'd meet up with his car club buddies and they'd go to, bars, whatever, get someone 21 to get him in. I mean,
okay.
It seemed like Florida was more exciting.
Okay. Was he kind of a thrill seeker? Or not really?
Kind of.
Or not a normal kid, like you?
Normal kid like me, I mean, if you're going to have...
Looking for something fun.
Yeah.
Any trouble? Did he have any trouble down there?
Like, I don't know,
Of course, system trouble, any of that?
like, I think he got in a fight one time, but he, got jumped, and, he had fought back with the guys, and, they had to go to court about the whole deal, but I think it got drops.
Who does he hang out with?
Mainly, it's me, Kyle Melberg, Jason Crone, Joel.
I don't think I can.
No, I don't think you have him.
Yes, Joel. Does Joel live on the southeast side?
Joel lives kind of, you go across the bridge here.
Yeah.
You take a right. Yeah, and then like instead you say you're going to County Road 8, that stop sign, instead of turning on County Road 8, you take a left, and it's like third house.
So just be right by St. Benedict's.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joel Smith,
And that's where Kyle Melberg lives, is like his backdoor neighbor. Like right behind him.
Joel Smith, Kyle Melberg, and Jason Crone.
Yep.
Anything else?
Me. Do you just want a list of
Yeah, just
election people?
Yeah.
Okay, Kalen Nissen. These are basically like, I don't know, we call it like a group,
Sure.
like that we got going. I have Corey.
Oh, it's Corey's last name spelled. Right. Okay. Is
And
that a guy?
that's a girl. Yeah. Oh, Corey. That's a guy. And then my girlfriend. No, Jason and my girlfriend.
Oh, they don't. And your girlfriend again is
Colette.
Why don't they get along?
Because one time at this party, we came upstairs and Jason Crone was sitting on her lap, and I don't know, words were getting. We were drinking, and I like said something. Well, Jason had said something, and I had elaborated on it, and they kind of got pissed off.
Okay.
And from that, I don't even know what happened to them two, but some little thing turned into nothing, and they just don't feel like talking to each other. So
All these guys and gals text us.
yeah,
Okay. Any one of them have who's his closest friend? Who's Jason's closest friend?
I would almost have to say me.
Okay. I mean, then next maybe Melberg. Or,
Yeah, next would be Melberg, and then after Melberg would probably be Joel. Joel, Corey, McCrone. I mean, Corey and McCrone are about the same. They're like people.
Who would know him and his family the best besides you?
I mean, nobody's really ever talked to his dad or his family or anything. And like I said, all we really know from him is we don't really have much contact around like his parent or like his dad.
Do you know if he has any other family, Jason?
Grandma and grandpa. Where grandma and grandpa in? Canada? Yeah, I believe his grandma and grandpa live in Canada.
No brothers or sisters or aunts or uncles or
I mean, he's never really talked about him. Not that I'm aware of him.
ask his restroom too, so if you have some questions. You want to go or you got to go for a little area or did you restroom right now? Okay. Do you want some more water? No, that's fucking stuff. If you do, I'll still have water.
If you had to guess, and hypothetically, what would you say that would be something that would really piss Jason's dad off?
That would piss Jason's dad off.
Yeah. Make him angry. What would Jason do that would make his father angry?
The only thing that really could piss his dad off that much would just be just like one of his cars. But it never touch his cars. I mean, that seems to be like his dad's babies. You know?
How about you say that he has antiques and things like that? Jason ever steal anything from the house for money on it?
He used to, like, I guess he used to, like, take money from his dad a lot, but then once his dad started finding out, I mean, like, basically in Minnesota, he's like a better kid than he was in Florida. The way it sounds to me, at least.
Did he take any money on his?
Or, you know, I mean, we had to scrounge change to buy cigarettes, so I mean, if he bought any money, or if he had any money, he was to buy cigarettes.
You say you went in to buy the cigarettes last night. You waited in the car. And you said you got one about 2:05.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you look at a clock or something?
Well, there's a clock, like, right on my bed, and it said, like, 2:05, like, when I laid down. So,
Okay.
and give or take the time it takes for me to whip off my clothes.
The only thing you guys were doing were driving around.
Driving around, doing some BS, and, you know, never really just, like, getting out of the house later in the morning, just smoke some cigarettes.
Any reason that Jason would have to hide the fact that he was smoking cigarettes from his dad?
He doesn't hide the fact that he smokes cigarettes. Like, when his dad's gone, he'll smoke in the house, and that's what we try and hide. I'm gonna use the house, open the windows, but as far, I mean, I don't think his dad has the hugest problem in the world just with him smoking in general.
And you weren't smoking any dope or anything that night?
No, I'm not that really.
Never mentioned ever owning a gun before or having any gun or anything like that.
I mean, like I told JJ, I don't know if you were in the room at all. Like his dad mentioned that he used to have a 44 revolver or something like that.
Any smaller type?
What's that?
Any kind of smaller type of handgun?
Like I said, he doesn't seem like the kind of person that would have a gun.
You've never seen him with one, or you just
No, I've never
usually
seen.
never owned one.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
And then after you, again, dropped you off, or you dropped him off at house early this morning, he asked you about whether or not you were going to school.
Yeah, that's big. Well, that wasn't like when I done. That was more or less like the topic on the way back to his house.
Oh, okay.
Like our phone in his yard. He's like, "You going to school tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there at such and such time." 8 o'clock.
Did it sound to you as though Jason didn't want to school?
Yeah, it actually sounded like he wanted to go for once. He didn't go a couple days.
Now you said he was a better kid in Minnesota. What did he do in Florida that he's told you about?
Just kind of like just some of the like fight. I mean, he was in like a card club, you know, and he got jumped before. I mean, if he's in a card club and he's getting jumped, obviously he's a little. There's something different between Florida and Minnesota, but yeah, that's like about it.
Maybe like race wars kind of car club.
Yeah, like and he's got pictures on his wall that like him and 5 guys in like car, yeah, like street racing car clubs.
Okay.
I don't know, he talked about like fights before that he'd like been a part of. Just don't know for it.
What kind of fights?
Just squabbles about telling him stuff. Like he said, he was there like with his friends. Like his friends would get in a fight and be like, rolled.
Any of these fights involve weapons?
Not that I know. He said like one time like there was a gang or whatever that came after him and his friends with weapons one time. He got shot at, but
Jason never carried a weapon. Jason never asked you to cover for him for anything?
not really. There's nothing really I ever had to cover for. I mean, as far as like skipping class and stuff goes, I mean, we both know that you kind of got to cover each other's asses for that. But
And he didn't talk to you last night after you dropped him off?
no.
Okay. Anything else that you can think of?
Not really. I mean, nothing was really abnormal about last night except for that I came there kind of a little earlier than normal. I mean, basically, like during that day, we had no cigarettes throughout the whole day, so we knew like when we snuck out tonight that we were gonna go get some cigarettes for sure because we all knew that nobody had any.
Okay.
So, I mean, as far as
Yeah, with these, there was just you two all night,
yeah, it was just
and the only person you attempted to have contact with was this
Bobby Loves. Yeah.
Bobby Loves. There was no answer there at all.
You know, his cell phone, his voicemail picked up.
Yeah.
Then we stopped by his house.
Jason never talked about wanting to leave, make a break for it, go somewhere else.
We talked about maybe like going to Florida over spring break or something, but never like
Anything that he'd be so unhappy with that he would want to live with there anymore.
like not really that way. I don't know. We never really talked that much bad stuff about his dad because he left out of town all the time. I mean, we got the house to ourselves weeks at a time. I mean,
What kind of problems did Jason have with his vehicle? Was Dad upset that he was driving his vehicle just for the fact that he didn't have a license?
I mean, I'm sure obviously he's probably upset at the fact that he was driving his vehicle, but he never really said anything about that. The only thing that he really mentioned to me and his dad was mad about was the beer bottles and said, my dad bought a couple beer bottles, and I'm like, well, did he tweet on? He was like, no, I didn't know that.
Any kind of punishment that Jason received for anything?
His dad isn't really punishing like but see, I mean, it's not like he can really ground him because his dad leaves.
What do you think happened?
Dad?
Yeah.
I don't know who he was like shot and killed in his house. Is that what happened? Or?
How much of this did you discuss with him?
Just the fact that they're gonna shoot two people.
Or even that you shot and killed him?
Engaging. Well, told me there's a shooting. It's also a street.
What do you think of that?
I mean, I don't know what to say. It's pretty heavy shit, but I really don't know. It's not every day that you just hear about. I mean, let alone the fact that somebody you know that happened to them. But
We're just trying to put it together, man. And you know, when we did that, like I told you earlier, sitting down and trying to put pieces together makes sense of what happened. Yeah, we're hoping that you could sit down. I think you've been very forthright and honest with us, and I want you to maintain being honest with us.
Yep.
And when he asks you, what do you think happened? That's a good question. You know, do you have any thoughts? I mean,
well, I really have no thoughts. I mean, he keeps his doors locked, so like the only door a person could get in the house would be the back door. I mean, so if you want me to like play out a scenario for you, or
I just look kind of what you think might happen, based on your knowledge of the family and conversations and interaction with Jason.
I don't know. I mean, all I know is his dad was like a really rich guy, so he lived out of town a lot. So I don't know why anybody would do it. I don't know who would have a motive to do it.
Really rich, what's really rich to you, or how?
Well, really rich to me is 3-level house with a whole bunch of furniture they don't use.
Okay, beautiful home, beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear dollar figures? I mean, what then?
I never really heard dollar figures, but I mean, I know he has 2 cars for one person, and he bought his son's own 2002 Monday Tinder on it.
Yeah, that's Cadillac, I heard you mention.
Yeah, his dad's got a Cadillac and a Nissan Max.
Okay, both pretty new.
Yeah, they're like 2003. They're like
Anything else about the family that you are familiar with?
as far as like his family goes, he never really ever talked about like much of other family. Cause like we talked about family before, but he just kind of told me about his mom died, and like he lives with his dad. But I know he doesn't have any brothers or sisters, and I think he's got like one aunt maybe or something like that, like a friend of the family that's a girl or something.
When I not so that just means that it ran home. Tape on side 2 at 0928. So no other family that you're really
That I'm familiar with, no.
okay. Something you mentioned something too.
Jason be the sole beneficiary for anything from dad, or do you ever talk about that?
Sole beneficiary.
Yeah, life insurance, and
Oh, I mean, my guess would be maybe, I don't know, he's never really ever talked about that.
Jason ever talk about wishing his father was dead, or anything like that? Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like his dad bought him food and he leaves out of town a lot. I mean, we get the house to ourselves at least a good 2 or 3 weeks out of the month.
How old is Jason?
He's gonna be 18 actually in like a month.
Okay. Did he ever talk about future plans?
Well, like as far as future plans goes, he said he just kind of wants to get like his GED. Like, because I don't know, it sounds like he's kind of worried about high school right now. But
You can talk about wanting to work after high school.
no, we never really talked about like specific like what we want to do after.
Your seniors this year.
Yeah, he's talked about like a lawyer before. That's kind of like what he said. Like what he talked about.
You talking about staying around this area or dad moving or that having to
We never really talked about moving or anything. Like me, myself, and a couple of my other friends always talk about moving.
You know, some of the things we talked about are, I think you understood us pretty well when we said, hey, we don't care if you're smoking, we
Yeah.
don't care if you're shooting those.
Yep.
When we started talking about guns and things like that, it's we're investigating a shooting.
Yeah.
I want you to think back and be real honest with me if you guys have ever had any discussions about guns.
Like I said, Jason doesn't seem like the kind of kid that was ever really interested in guns. And because he's kind of a prep kind of kid, I didn't really feel like boring him about shotguns. Hunting guns. I mean, the only people that really, like, of my friends that I go hunting with or anything would be kind of over and Jason Crone.
Okay. Has Jason ever even told you that he's fired a gun?
I can't really remember any talk like specifically about a gun. Like the only specific talk about a gun that we've had was, like I said, his dad had that 44 or whatever. That's like, talk like that.
And like I told you earlier, you're not in any trouble with us.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's important that I establish that, and we clearly understand one another, because if I talk to somebody else and all of a sudden find out that he has been back after a shooting rifle, which is no big deal. I don't care if I'm shooting road signs out.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but it's important in this investigation because you'd lie to me. You know what I mean? And I don't want you to do that to cover or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't want you to appear to be an accessory.
No, we don't want you to be trying to cover everybody, but so any conversations, any recollection, or discussion about that?
Not from what, to be honest, no, I'm not.
Not really, or no?
No. I'm just gonna say no, because no, the only like thing I ever remember talking about guns with him was, like I said, that his dad used to
Did you ever ask to borrow it?
No.
Did you ever have any of your guns from your home or anything like that with the car when you was present?
No.
Never.
No.
How about any of the weapons that you have? When's the last time you used those?
Just that 22, I mean, my brother screwed them and shoots road signs. Shotguns, last time he used those was recently season. Your little brother. Yeah.
And the one that I saw downstairs and the ones you have in the house?
Yeah.
One specific question that I was going to ask you, you're going to clarify some things. Do you have any knowledge, direct or indirect, related to the death of Jason? Sure about that.
Positive.
Okay.
Ever any indications that you heard of that looking back on it now, discussions, conversations of any kind that stick out in your mind and make you think something out?
I mean, like, kind of like when he very first moved, like when we very first started hanging out. Like, I can kind of remember the talk of him saying, you know, well, my dad's rich, you know, when he dies, I'm going to be rich, you know. It's kind of just like that kind of talk. But that was when he, you know, that's about like all we really talked about as far as like that kind of thing goes. So, I mean, maybe he does have some knowledge about his inheritance or something, I don't know, because he's kind of mentioned it to me before. Like that, when his dad dies, that he's going to.
How old was it?
Yeah.
You met him well
Yeah, like, said I ever.
though? You had any problem with
No.
it? You like you?
I mean, I guess he might have. I never really talked to me all that much. Kind of just about the weather, you know, because, you know, stuff like that.
Do you think that Jason and his father had a normal relationship?
Well, not really, because his dad left a lot, so he never really ever I mean, he's out with us all the time, so it seems like it's not like his dad saying, no, Jason's staying with me tonight or anything, because he's out with us a lot.
Do you know if he was playing something? Did they do anything together? They go to a sporting event?
They go to like eat out a lot. It's about the only thing I know because they don't like cook it with much.
How did you talk about his father?
Just kind of like when he did talk about his dad, he'd probably either be telling me or my friends about how his dad kind of yelled at him about this, or like, you know, maybe some stories. I don't remember like exact stories or anything, but usually.
What kind of nature of the story?
Oh, like one time he was talking about like when his dad used to be a hockey player, because we were going to play hockey. He went there for his skates, and I mean, it's not like I've ever heard him walking around the house going, "God, I hate my dad," you know, stuff like that. But I mean, sometimes he said, you know, like, "Oh, he pisses me off," because I remember one time he told me that his dad was yelling because of that smudging, whatever, and his dad was like, "I don't want this to be like Florida," because in Florida he had some parties at his house. And then he was like, "This is nothing like Florida. That's." He's like, "There's my dad. I understand that." Fine.
Any new events in his dad's life? Like Jason mentioned he had a girlfriend from Switzerland or something.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend from Switzerland.
Was he with her in London?
I don't know if he would have been or not. I don't know. Not that I know if he did mention it. He just told me that she can't get in the country. Maybe things like that.
You know that we've talked to some other people, and obviously I've talked to others.
Yeah.
Are we going to find that everything you told us is
Yeah, you will.
the truth?
Everything is accurate on there, yep.
Okay. Any reason any of these people would try to hide anything?
No.
Any reason that Jason would try to hide anything?
Not in my opinion.
I mean, just for the record here, Jason never tried to get you to go along with the cover story, or tried to offer you money to give him an alibi, anything like that.
And you know, Matt, that if that discussion wasn't had, and you just happened to be part of the discussion or heard it or something like that, it's more the doctrines.
Yeah.
I can time to have me everything.
Yeah, it's hard. We can't go back very easily later and
Yeah, this
say
is.
that, say that you were truthful and honest with us. Yeah, we're here to help you as much as you're here to help us. Understand that, right?
So you get mixed up or become mixed up in something that you're going to be fully in your head.
And that's an opportunity on a small ball. And it's obviously for you very, very serious. So that's more serious stuff that you like is
more serious than this.
Any of the people that you think if you were looking from the outside in that would be important people to talk about this?
Neighbors. I mean, the neighbor right across, there'd be someone in his house or going around his house. I would think, like, because the neighbor, like, across this way, like, this is Chelmsford Avenue, like, this side, their lights are, like, always on, like, their house lights and stuff. So I had a feeling, like, they were off.
Any people been over there, you know who they are at school or in the community. Guys that are breaking the cars, guys that are probably breaking in. You said you had a little run over and said about I just want to sell them. Guys that are breaking in the house and things like that. Anybody in this group or that would know his house, his family, anything like that that you can think of might want to break in, take something like
The only, like, person who actually would know kind of talking to people like that would be Joe. Because he hangs out with kind of, you know, like, Finroots or whatever. Yeah, and like Tim and Tom's and Leonard, yeah, those kind of.
Has all of these people been over to Jason's house?
Yeah.
Okay. And others I'm assuming too?
Yeah, there's a couple more people, but yeah, that's like the main group that's been over there.
And it's fairly common that all of you go over.
Yeah. That's usually the weekend thing. Stats.
Okay. Would Joel or anybody have provided information that he didn't know? the shitload of valuables in there, and so I didn't think of what it wanted to do. I or something.
Anybody that I know, honestly, nobody that I know could do that. Not that I know, at least. I don't need names to mention people.
They would capable of providing information about property, not knowing what might happen. So they didn't want to robbery or just steal something.
It's weird.
Any of these people, do you think would maybe say, hey, you know, let's break in there, let's break in, and that's some shit.
I couldn't really see any of those people. I mean, like Joel's friend, it's one of his friends, maybe, or something. Or I mean, there's been some people out at his house from Sauk Rapids before, but
Okay. Now, do you know of anybody? You know, we have burglaries and stuff like that going on there. Do you know of anybody involved in that kind of activity around here?
involved in burglaries right now, better.
Houses or businesses?
I mean, you know, like the Finnegan's, just like basically the names of the people who do it. Mostly like the cars at Tech. I know like Finnegan's and Terry. It's basically like the Clearwater people are the ones that I know to break into cars and stuff. Or do that anything else? Can't think of anything else right now.
I'm talking about the car now.
No, I have not.
We'll see if there's a bad here. I'm gonna just sit there just for a while, try to make some phone calls.
Okay.
And then we'll be back in touch with you. Okay. That sounds good. If you need anything,
I'm just saying, we'll use the bathroom in a hall actually. Is that right? Yeah.
hang on there. Okay. You anything?
No, I'm good.
I just have a couple questions for you. I'm trying to get some things straight here, and then I'll see how I'm providing them with what we talked about and let you know what's going on. You said that you guys had been drinking a little bit yesterday. You told me who was there, and what were you drinking specifically?
Miller High Life Light beer.
Okay, because obviously we're going to want to see if things are in place or
Yep.
something like that. So Miller High Life.
Yep.
And that came from Jason's work.
Yep.
How much did you guys have?
There was only like 3 bottles left. I think I had, oh, there's 4 bottles left. We each had 2. I remember.
Each had 2.
Yep.
So you and Jason each had 2.
Me and Jason were the only ones that should kick it on each.
You didn't share any with the other guys?
They didn't want any, or I don't know. It was probably only 1.5 because 1 was really warm. So
Okay. So when you got the beer this year, when you saw it first, how it box bag.
we got it on. Let's see. Yesterday was Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got it on Saturday night.
Okay.
We got a whole case of the 24 bottles.
How'd you get it?
They kind of let Jason got it through work somehow. I don't think the bartender did it. But he dropped it. I remember that he dropped it in his garage and 2 of the bottles broke. And then Saturday night we had a couple people out there, so I mean we drank some Saturday night. And then Sunday I didn't drink any, but I have a feeling Jason did because there was less there on Monday when I came over.
So when you got there on Monday, had he been drinking before you got there?
No, when I got there he was waking up in the morning.
Okay. So you got there again at what time?
In the morning, 10:30 after praying too.
And then you had probably close to 2 beers. You had 2 beers.
Yeah.
The beer's all gone then.
Beers all
Where
gone.
did you leave the bottles at?
Well, obviously left 1 or 2 out, but I mean, from what we had with our bottles, we put them like during the party and stuff. We put them in a bag, and he took care of them. I don't know, the recycling or whatever.
Okay. But the 4 that you drank yesterday were stripped those bottles.
I left mine sitting on the counter. I mean, if he threw them away,
Counter
you know,
where?
but I don't know, they were in the kitchen.
And Miller Highlight.
Miller
Red and
Highlight
silver.
Light. It's Highlight Light. It's like a clear bottle with just like a lid.
Okay. kitchen counters on your laptop?
Yeah, like the kitchen island, like. Alright.
No paraphernalia or anything like that, that terminal.
No.
They didn't smoke in the house, did you?
Do we smoke cigarettes in the house? Yeah, we did over the weekend.
You smoked your weed yesterday, but you smoked some weed in the house.
Yes.
Spray some stuff to clear it out, or out there.
We just opened the window, cracked the window a little bit.
Are you doing that on the kitchen area?
That was in the living room, at the main.
Leave it at I can't reach out at that cell phone number. Is there any information?
I'm gonna try and get a hold of my mom.
Sure.
Jeez. See what happened over.
And I can call the school and get a number.
Yeah, if you call tech and get. Well, actually, if you just want to try my mom's cell phone, maybe she'll pick up.
What's that? She works at M&M.
M&M Bus Company. That's her cell. I mean, if she doesn't pick up, I suggest just to call tech and ask for the office number, and then they'll be able to get a hold of her.
As I told you earlier, we're here as much to rule things out as we are to find out what happened. And part of that process, I'm going to talk to your dad about it. Is I'd like to look through your car, make sure that there's nothing of evidentiary value. I don't care if there's a weed in it or one in it or pipes or anything of this kind of stuff. We're not going to worry about that, okay? And I'm probably not going to stay home with it, but I'm not. It's the least of your worries, okay? Do you have a problem with that?
No, I have no problem with pulling it in my car.
Okay. And I'll call and talk to them. That's fine. The other part of that is probably to take it, since you do have some of the weapons at home, some weapons at home, take a look at probably one of them or some of them, and maybe take them in here if need be. We'll talk to Dad about that as well. So, any problem with that? No. Okay. And again, not going to find anything suspicious about the property or any of the weapons or anything that you have speak. Okay. Good enough. So thank you. I'll try to get a hold of the parent and then we'll try to get you going. Okay. Okay.
Investigators leave Matthew Moeller to question Jason McLennan. After speaking with him, police charge both teens with Ken's murder. They return to confront Moeller with claims Jason made and further evidence officers have gathered.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. I don't know you, so I have to ask a couple of questions about who you are. Do you have any idea on it?
Like, oh.
Your card. 6. No, it's 23. 22. 53. Wow. Your first name?
Matthew.
M-A-T-T-H. Your middle name?
Raymond.
Hang on, I think that.
E-L-L-E.
Age.
Awesome.
Birthday. I think I know your address down, but could you say it again for me? Oliver Group. 7 foot. And do you work?
No.
Do you have a cell phone? Andrew? Okay. Know why you're here?
And you?
Okay. What I'm gonna do is, as I told you at your residence, you're in custody, you're under arrest, okay, for your part in what happened, early this morning. What I'd like to do is read to you, the Miranda warning. Have you heard that before? Okay. You just want to read along with me. Number one says you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Number two says you have the right to refuse to answer any one or all questions put to you. Do you understand that? Yes or no for me?
Yes.
Number three, anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Number four, you have the right to talk to a lawyer of your own choice and to ask his advice before your question, and they have to present with you during the questioning. Do you understand that? What's that? If you want to have a lawyer, we won't be calling like today, but you'll get one, before you go to, or when you go to court. Basically what this says is, you can choose your lawyer if you want to, and talk to him or her for your question if you want to. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's get it a little clearer. If you cannot afford a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided to you after you're charged and make first appearance or at your first appearance. Unless you hire a private one. Okay. Understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of an interesting one too, number 6. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. That makes sense to you? You also have the right to stop answering any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. This signature here is just the above line statement rights right to be an understand. That's all that means. If you're trying there indicating you understand. I'm taking time. And then I looked at him, if you want to talk to me about myself.
Yeah. What do you guys all got?
I didn't say yeah or nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys all have on the
Okay. What we've done since we got the call this morning is interviewed, oh boy, a lot of people. And some of the people we've interviewed twice. And we've gone through the house. So we've got the physical evidence from the scene. And I think you probably know that Jason's been down here since about 3-4 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay. So what we've done now is interviewed like I've said numerous people. Jason's here. We've done the crime scene. We've got the physical evidence. Was it who talked to you today, JJ? Okay. And then is it your vehicle that we have down here?
Yeah.
Okay. And
What physical evidence are you talking?
well, hang on. I'm not going to give you my whole case because I'm going to give you the opportunity to do the right thing. I want you to make a choice about whether or not you want to talk to us about what happened and see if your story is going to fit in. Keep in mind now, and I know I've said this before, but we've interviewed a lot of people. What we do is we go interview people who do the crime scene at the same time, and that took a lot longer than we anticipated. And if that doesn't match the people at the first time, then we go back. So that's where we're at now, that we have gone back now, and now we're getting the stories that match the scene.
So, who did you all I suppose you can't tell me.
So I
Suppose you can't tell me who you all put the trust in. Me and Jason, was that it?
I'm not going to tell you the number of people that are in custody. I can tell you, when we're done with this. But it's going to be a give and take. You and I need to.
If you want to just shorten it up, I'll throw in my story right now. Just go with it. What do you want to know from?
Let's start at what time you woke up yesterday. For example, woke up yesterday at Monday.
What is their prison? Normal time, school. I mean, everything was basic. Like the whole day. Go Jason's skip class. It's all cool. I mean, he's a little lenient sometimes, but never enough that I can chill. I knew he'd like to get in fights. That's about it. he kind of talked, everyone was going, oh, my dad would die, you know.
My dad, like,
If my dad would die, get out, you know, that's kind of like what he talked about. But like, nothing that, and then like, we'd sneak out or whatever, you know, at nights when my parents would go to the business and all of them. Like, he just called me up that night. I mean, nothing was really relevant past that point. He called me up and he just said, yeah, how's it going, you know? And I said, pretty good. He goes, you got your 22? I said, yeah. He said, you want to bring that out? I see this. So I drive up there, give him the 22, and then we like kept on talking. He tried to talk me into like, he tried to talk me into going and killing him because they knew he'd be the prime suspect. They didn't want him to do it, but I couldn't do it. So I told him I was a commander, he'd do it. And then he was just like, okay, fine. And he took the gun from me and he said, just go wait out the car. So I went out in the car and then he came out. And here.
did you see it?
No, I didn't see anything. He just told me to go out to the car. All I kind of heard was like a popping noise one time, but like I didn't hear anything else. Like I didn't really try and listen at all. I had the car turned on, so. Because I honestly didn't think he was going to do it. I thought he was just going to like mess with me and like walk out to my dog. Like I thought he was just going to come out with that car.
At what time did you guys sneak out last?
I don't even remember what time we got to concealance. Quarter to, it was sometime between 9:30 and quarter to 10, probably like more like 10. And I mean, I had people over at my house that night, they left at like 20 after 9. And then when he probably tried to come out of so.
And then, who were you with when you got to his house?
When I got to Jason, that night to sneak out,
Yeah, you just snuck out, drove over to Jason.
yeah, I went out to my car and snuck out of my house and I drove over to Jason. I was picking him up.
Did you go into the house to pick him up, or did he?
Yeah, like my routine is like I walk down to his pool door and just give it a couple knocks and he comes up. But like this time he's just like coming for a second. You know, that when we started talking, it was like speakless, you know. And we like just talked about it for a while. And then we just decided to do it. I mean, he didn't really tell me, he was just more or less, he just said go out to the car.
Okay, so it was right away when you went over there at 10 o'clock. But you guys didn't leave the boat cruise and you just went over when you got out of the car, did you?
No, like he came back like after he did it, then I guess he did do it then. But he came back to my car and we went and just drove around for a couple hours till about 1:30. And then I just dropped him off. Went home.
Okay, I guess, I'm confused. If you go over there at 10 o'clock and you go down to his basement,
I go over to his house about quarter to 9. Quarter to 10, sorry. Quarter to 10, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that range. Stay there roughly half hour, 45 minutes. And that was actually, I'll come back. Half hour, 45 minutes. Then we were sitting there at that time talking about what he was going to do, you know. And then at that time, so it was probably quarter after 10 when he did it, and then 10:30 we left.
so when you got there at quarter to 10, did you take the gun in with you?
Yes, I took it in the first.
And then, did you put the ammunition in it?
No, I didn't have it.
Who loaded it?
I don't know if he did it, if he must have had it himself, and because I didn't bring the ammunition with it. We don't even have a clip for it. It's a single shot. Like 22, you know, like both, not the bolts and shit.
Okay. So then, you tell me to leave because you don't want to be part of it.
Yeah, it's just like they want to talk.
When you got to the house, how did you even do it? I know you said to go to the back door, but let's say you're parked in front of the house.
I parked like his driveway's here.
Okay.
You know, draw a map or something. Well,
Sure.
this would be the driveway. Right, this is his fellow. He's got the road that kind of comes down this hill and like it curves upward here like that. There's his mailbox right there. Then you park here, there's trees here, it's all blindsided. Now my car is parked here, we walked back around this way. Then I got him, that's when we were in the house discussing whatever. I walked back out around this way. And then I saw him coming up from this way, so my best guess is that he came back out that back door.
Which way is your car facing here?
My car is facing toward this way. This is the way that would pull up this way.
Okay. Park in front of the mailbox.
Parking from the mailbox.
Is that what you commonly do?
Yeah, this is what I got.
When you got down there with the door unlocked?
He was he was down in that room. It's like it's cool. So I got the resign and then
You said when you parked the car, you said we walk back over here. There's somebody with you. That's what you commonly do.
Well, yeah, that's what we need to. Yeah, like that's our.
Okay. Did you okay, so then you're in the house about 9:45 to 10:15.
Yeah.
What kind of discussion are you having at home?
He's basically saying, "Come on, do this,"
What do you want you to do?
He wants me to kill his dad.
Did he ask you that?
He asked me if I wanted to.
Yeah.
He never really just indirectly came up to me and said, "Do you want to kill my dad?" It was basically kind of just saying like how he could, and then like. One day he kind of got more serious about it, and I kind of was just like, okay, if you're scared me, but I didn't really want to say anything. I just thought he was.
What are you doing out of it?
I don't know what out of this.
Maybe you're just supposed to do this for him?
Yeah, like, I don't know, he told me like we could live in the high life and all this stuff, but I
What does that mean?
because his dad's got a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Did he offer you any of that to kill him?
I mean, he offered me a place to stay and stuff. He said we will stay here, but he owns his house.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
he's not one king in the world, but still I won't kill a person. I didn't think he would either.
Right. Well, that's that. Then, you go out to the car, he does the shooting, he goes out to the car, and then what happens to the gun?
He put it in my back seat, and then, we just, whatever, rolled around with that, and he just left it in my back seat, and I just took it over.
Where's that now?
It's JJ Roll.
Let's back up to, one thing he mentioned was, he mentioned this before, he wants to kill his dad. When's the first time he talked to you about that?
Well, the first time I remember him actually saying like anything towards it, he just said, we were driving the car and he said, "Man, I wish my dad would just hurry up and kill." Pretty much. But that was like, probably after the second time his dad left, Jason started having to pick him over, and his dad started yelling and guilt him, so that's when he started.
Your dad always mad about it, his dad abandoned you at the parties.
Like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's about the only thing I ever saw him mad about, unless there's something I don't know about. I mean, I'll tell you, we sat back and had a few drinks and he told me about how his dad's dad was cheating on the phone, so I was like, that had anything to do with it, but.
What was the discussion yesterday before the shooting? When you guys were
At
out?
nighttime when we were down there, that was just more or less him trying to get me to do it. When I tried to go along with it, but it didn't work, I mean, I wasn't just like, no, I kind of like pretended to go along with it, but I never did, and I knew I wasn't going to. I didn't even know I was.
You understand that that's why you're here, is because some consent.
Yeah, to some extent I'm involved.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do is make this right for you.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get charged with anything, but I know I should have just told them this when I questioned this for.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it screwed over, you know? I don't know.
Well, it's worse when we have to come back and re-interview. But you got an opportunity, I think you're gonna do the right thing here, so let's not worry about what you said this morning. Let's back up yesterday to, about when you got up, what time did you get up?
Morning,
Yeah. Well,
7:30.
or whenever you got up.
7:30.
Why
Went
did
to school. I go to school at high school.
you were you going yesterday?
Yeah. Didn't I tell you this?
Huh?
I only have 3 classes in tech. I have 2 more classes. I go and take my little cousin, my little brother, my little cousin's friend to school. They go to South Junior. Then I go to school for 2 hours. Then I go to Jason McClellan's house during the day. His dad's gone. It's me, Jason Crone, Kyle, or this child.
And did those guys today have just a few classes or are they ditching?
They were all ditching. I only ditched 1 class out of the pit.
What time did you leave?
New
Jason's house.
Jason's house that day.
Yeah, in the afternoon or whatever.
It's like 2:30.
Why did you leave that?
Because Jason and Kyle were leaving too. So I rode with like Kyle about 2. Out back.
So at 2:30 you rode with who in the Outback?
I rode with Jason in his car. Kyle drove his car.
To the Outback
Yeah.
from Jason's house?
Yeah, and then Jason would drive his car. Just on Kyle's.
Okay, then where'd you go?
We went to like the video game store in Rangoon with the ball, the electronics machine. They wanted to find some, that was like slated toaster. We went there, we went to movie play, then we had it.
Was anybody else in there?
No, it was just us 3.
What time did you
And
get?
then all of a sudden, like, Jason's dad called at like 5:15, I want to say, 5:25, something like that.
Where were you?
We were kind of over by the Outback. We were just driving. I don't even know when we were like on the observation. And Jason said, my dad called, I gotta go home. My car was at his house.
You know what I don't understand is your story is the only one that's different. A couple of people are saying that they were at Melberg's house. And even Melberg's mom told me that you weren't there, but it was Jason and Kyle at the house when his dad called.
Albert's house?
Yeah. And now you're the one that says you guys were in the vehicle. I really don't. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's so
Yeah.
irrelevant. Who cares? But it's just kind of one of those things that is matching up.
You know, I haven't tried to cut out where Jason much, so I don't know.
So you're saying that you guys are in.
Kyle's not anything done the waste your time to go.
How come he's not?
You didn't know left or right, it doesn't matter. So we might as well just like, I'm gonna go back to school a bit.
That's what.
I felt sorry for him when I went to school and they told me that they took all his stuff. They like took his clothes and like his $100-some-odd check. He's pretty pissed about that.
Who took it?
I don't know, the officers, I guess, those stuff. All the clothes he was wearing and,
You feel sorry for him and what?
well, then he had to go through that. He had like absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay. I totally listened to what you were saying. Okay, so you did talk to him today.
Kyle over, yeah. Yeah, I talked to him like a little bit at school.
Okay.
Just like, well, because they told me when I go to school I'm gonna hear about it, but geez, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Everybody in the whole school.
So you guys are cruising around when Jason's dad calls, and Jason says, I gotta go.
Yeah,
Then what?
just like, gotta go. So I went to my car. I didn't even talk to his dad. His dad just dropped him off. The garage door was open.
Where was your car?
I think I was at the front of the house. That stayed there all day. I had low gas. Stuff like that.
Okay.
That
So-
Been mentioned somewhere down the line, I don't know.
What?
That wasn't mentioned somewhere down the line. I remember Robo JJ drove them out like 6 times.
Yeah, that's because we've talked to a million people and your story's all different. I don't get it.
Who'd you all talk to? I mean, the only people you could talk to that day would be me, Kyle, and Jason. I mean, Jason Crone left traffic today. My girlfriend was there for maybe a half hour.
So your car is over at Jason's house.
Yeah,
Who drives to the Outback?
Kyle and Jason.
Separately.
Yeah.
You dump Jason's car there.
Jason's car.
Then you're in Kyle's car.
And Kyle's car.
The phone rings. Dad gets it.
Yeah, that's happy and all that, yeah, pretty much.
So you go back.
So,
Do you see Jason's dad?
I didn't see him at all.
What did you do?
All I saw was like we pulled in and I was in the back. Jason was running shotgun. And like all I saw was like the garage door was open and Jason's like, alright, see you later, I'm gonna call him. I thought I was there.
So he gets out and goes to the house.
He could tell him it was in the garage, yeah. His dad called because he like didn't have the keys to the house.
When you stand outside, locked out.
He was standing in the garage. He had like his garage door open, but the door was locked.
Did Kyle go in the house? Did you leave with Kyle or did you get your own car?
I got my own car.
Who left first, you or Kyle?
I left before Kyle.
And then where'd you go?
I just went straight home.
And then, what time was that about?
5:30.
When you guys were at the store, did you buy anything?
What's the
Wherever it is you guys like.
Oh, like the during thing, no, we didn't buy anything. We looked for Kelly Slater's posted store ad.
You looked for what?
Kelly Slater's posted there, so it's a video game. But
Okay.
anyway, that's what we were looking for.
But you didn't find it.
No, we really bought it. Oh yeah, Kyle, we did. Kyle bought something. I don't know. We like all split up. I think or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know. Does that matter at all?
Well, just in, the truthfulness of it.
Yeah.
Well, which is important. So then, you go home, what time did you say it was?
Like 5:30.
Okay, then what?
Sit home for an hour or two with my girlfriend and my other friend and
What's your girlfriend's name?
Colette,
What's your other friend's name?
Caleb. Caleb. Brett, and I don't even know what it's up.
What did they do?
Stay over, watch TV.
Oh, came over your house?
Yeah, they're just getting
Together?
Yeah, all three of them are in the same car.
Okay. What did you guys do then?
Watch TV till about 10 after 9. That's like when Jason called me, it's like 10 quarter after 9 at night.
What did you say?
It's just like, are you going out tonight, you know? And I'm just like, 'cause my girlfriend wants to go. You know, they kind of be wondering why I don't go with that, because I don't know. So go, I'm not going to put it. So,
With your girlfriend?
it's not, oh, no, she doesn't like me, so, you know, she doesn't go. So,
You know she likes taking out like.
like, Kayla, I don't, because Kayla just doesn't sneak out. But Brett's not like a friend that I do that with that really with him, so.
And Colette's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And you don't sneak out with her either, no?
Don't matter, she didn't like it.
Okay, so. He calls about 9:15, asks if you're gonna go out, sneak out and say,
I'd say, yeah.
what time to be?
Probably before, like, 10 after 9. Quarter after 9, I don't know. Yeah, like quarter after 9.
Was it before or after Jason called?
They left, like, right after Jason called. Like, Jason called pretty much after they come.
Was your mom and dad in last name?
Yeah. So, they don't remember.
Okay. And then, 9:45, you leave. Did you take any of the ammunition that was in your house?
No, I didn't take any of my own ammunition. I think he might have had some of mine, but I don't know if he did or not. Because, like, we did go shooting 22 before, like, you think we shot roads to another boat.
So when was that?
Roads, right?
Did you distinctly tell Officer Bobo this morning that you've never shot with him?
Yeah. There's a lot of times I should set to throw all this stuff at him.
Okay. So you have shot with him?
So yeah, I have a shot, like, but that was like me, him, my brother's friend. All the shots outside.
And he was there, did you?
Yeah.
So you think he could have got ammunition at that time?
Yeah. Should have purpose.
And what?
He wanted to have a hardware check got it too. Possible to get it.
He knows that if he had a 22 and that was what the plan was to do, so he would hope to get that gun.
Yeah, he knew I had a 22.
Okay.
And he told me to bring the 22, so obviously.
Alright. How much money did he give you for doing this with him?
How much money did he give me? No. How much did he give me to hold on to for him? $1,000.
1,100?
Yeah.
And where's that at?
They didn't buy basic.
What happened to the gun?
TJ Robo.
What? I didn't know that, but there's some marks on it.
Others.
Like, can I go get it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
Hang on. I think, I don't know if it's called, dude. Straight it. Open, there's nothing on it. Okay, does this look familiar?
Yeah.
What is this?
What is what?
What is this right here?
This?
Yeah.
Is it gone?
Is it the 22
Yeah.
that you brought over there? Yeah. Okay. Now you were talking about a magazine. Was there, did you bring that with?
No, I don't even know where that is. We bought this in an auction. My dad bought it for my little brother, like, and I only shot it once or twice.
Okay. Well, I guess if you don't have a magazine in it,
I don't know he was in there. It was 22 again.
did you guys,
I don't know how many multiple shot. I mean, was it?
how many did you hear?
I didn't hear. I only heard about one or two cracks. I don't hear.
Well, okay, for sake of argument, let's say there were 2 of them. So you would definitely have to reload.
Yeah, you gotta like open it up, add another shell back in. I mean, it's not easy to do. You just look at it straight up. You gotta like put your whole fingers.
All right, that's it though.
Yeah.
I guess I was looking at some of the guys with there earlier. We saw some marks and stuff on it. You know anything about,
Like, you know, I don't even know this stuff. Like, I never really used it.
you do anything to alter the gun?
My brothers.
You do anything so the cops would think that this was the gun?
I wouldn't know if I do that even if I could.
Like with an Allen wrench? You sure?
The hell, sweet.
Well, you're doing good so far, as far as stories matching up, but one of the problems I have is, they with the ammunition. I believe it came from your house. I think that you did something that switched around so the cops get confused. That's the story that I'm hearing.
I don't know how, I mean, what did you guys use for ammunition match? Anything that came off your house and phone?
I have no idea.
Because if that's what they use for an ammunition phone, they come into my house where, I mean, we shoot signs all the time. There's about 18 different types of ammunition.
Oh, I see what you're saying, that they found outside.
They just walked up into my house and picked up ammunition capsules. And I mean, I went there and looked, and there's like 8 or 9 different kinds of ammunition.
Yeah. But the ticket is if what's inside and outside of Ken matches what's in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What would you guys want to get? 22 shells in my house.
In your house?
Yeah.
No, just out of the outfit. Did we take anything? I don't know, but did you take any
No, they
ammunition?
never took it.
Okay, but there is ammunition there.
Cells. Ammunition at my house.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, and there's two different kinds.
At my house, I don't even know, I think there's, I mean, they shoot all kinds of different ones, but I don't know what they have, I don't really know. I mean, per se, even if I am lying to you, and I would have supplied with the ammunition, if I would have supplied it with a week ago, you'd have stuff from what I have in my house right now, anyway. Well, I mean, if he took ammunition from my house, it'd be different, or it'd be the same depending on when he took it from. That would be my best guess that he took it from me. But,
I just can't imagine you coming over with an empty gun. How good is that?
so there's a gun. Over on a gun.
Yeah, but you don't go around with a gun without ammunition.
You don't go around thinking the best gun, you just get killed dead.
Surely. But did you go there thinking he was going to?
No, I think,
So what would be the difference if you brought ammunition?
in fact, I still could do it with ammunition, and then no ammunition. Honestly, I was thinking to myself, if he's gonna do this, he's not gonna have ammunition to do it. Bring a gun, you know, I was thinking wise ass on it, but I don't know how he had ammunition. But it's all over my house, so it's like.
Yesterday during the day, were you guys drinking or anything? Or let me reverse that. How much did you have for a couple beers? What kind?
Well, if I went played.
That's handy when it's cold. Anything else to drink? Any foods or anything? Smoke anything?
Smoke cigarettes. That day,
How about some marijuana yesterday? Did you have any of that?
I mean, they did, but I played. We did over the morning, we only had a little bit left. But I mean, that would be on the day to do that, yes. So,
So you just went to
We
in the
did.
morning, you drank a couple beers?
yeah.
Did you feel the effect?
It was down, no. It was like down in the bare minimums at the league. You still towards that, it was on. And I mean, 4 beers left after a couple days of drinking, and
So when you're sitting downstairs at 10 o'clock, you feel the effect of the weed or the shows? Okay.
not all, I was completely sober that night.
Okay. But you had further day.
Yeah,
By night,
like way earlier in the day. Like,
So by night, you went.
by night it would,
How about Jason, what did he drink yesterday?
you just drank something I did for 2 years, and you supposed to be.
Okay. Do you think he was floated or high or anything at that time?
No, maybe no one gets to keep the place together.
Okay.
You know this?
Yeah, I believe you. um, can you think of anything? I gotta think about it, okay? That's a while. What'd you do when you got home?
Well, I just went to bed, still, it was 2 in the morning. So, 2 in the morning, you wake up the next day at 7, I got up since 7 this morning. So I'm half day police office, the other half intact, which was pretty much a police office anyway. So,
What was Jason wearing yesterday when you got to the phone at 10 o'clock?
see, you know, this thing I asked him, is what they didn't ask him, if he had any other day. Very different clothes, but
They asked you this, but what?
he asked me what he was wearing that night. He was wearing a white t-shirt, which, they didn't ask me if he was wearing it later in the day, I don't know if that makes a difference. But he was wearing different clothes during the day than he was that night.
Okay, so at night when he shot his dad, he was wearing a white t-shirt.
Yeah, I think it was like a white collar t-shirt. Which was like that.
Cold, anything?
No. Oh wait, no. He was gonna break it. He like had it on. When I talked to him last, like when he had it on, then we came off my car again. So I'm like ditched up. Oh,
How did he go up through the house? How did he say he did it?
how detailed he killed with that, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know as far as details go, it's like tangle.
Well, you left, right?
I mean, as far as yeah, like I just left out through here and like last thing I saw was him walk the those steps.
Okay, so
To
you
go
went to the
upstairs. Yeah, he went through the house. Okay.
What was the plan? I mean, was his dad told him to bed, sleep, how did he get his dad up?
He was like, he tried to do it all strategic at one time and try and get me to do this big whole plot plan and didn't want to do it. So then he just decided to go spur of the moment with it. He was telling me, oh yeah, let's go, just go ramble in there and just whip the door open and go cat. And I'm like, no, I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Why did he want to do that?
That'd probably be the best thing he did, because he was sleeping in the bed, so I just wanted to wrap that shit.
When did you guys talk about that?
We talked about that before, yeah.
That night?
Yeah, like before this even happened. Like afterwards, he never really told me the details of what he did. When he told me that he killed him, told me that there's $1,000. Hold on.
Did you get your blood on him?
I don't know why I didn't expect but from what I saw, there's nothing. I think I asked him that too. I don't remember that with such. I just remember getting in the car and we like slid into like 3 holes on the way out. This road, there's glare ice.
So when he got in the car, did he hand the gun back to you?
No, I just tossed it in the back seat. Got it.
Or did you get stressed or pumped or excited?
Just opened it in the back seat and he got in and he was like, okay, let's go. Actually, I think it was more of a let's get the hell out of here.
And then
I actually seemed kind of scared for a little bit. Then after a while, it kind of just seemed like, I don't know. It was different. I could tell there's something different. But like, at first, it just seemed scared. Like, let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And then it kind of just calmed down.
where did he get the money from?
And he told me that he killed while he was in the house.
Was the money in a wallet or just cash?
He just gave me a lot of cash. He sent it up for dollars.
What kind of bills?
Mostly coins.
Okay. Anything else? Watch.
Once he opened it, I think he had stuff in his pocket. I know he had his wallet for sure. I think he stole that. Because I dropped him off at like 1:45, because I read like in the paper, I don't even know if they're accurate, but it said like he called the cops at like 10:02. So that means he was still like at his house for about 10 minutes before he called the cops.
Did he, after he did the shooting and had on his white shirt, is that what he had on when he came back in?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he tell you that he took a shower or anything?
No. He wore the coat.
What?
It must be wore his coat and then just took that off afterwards. He went the coat.
I just had something on the tip of my tongue. Oh, how did he tell you he was going to get out of it? I mean, he had to have some discussion of, okay, now how do
I mean, we've talked strategic planning before, and we went through it. I don't even know what was going through his head to think he was going to get away with it. You know? So like I said, I didn't think he was going to do it. So he was like, no lie, I thought he was just going to lie. I was, there you go. So.
But when he came back, then what?
Came back to
Like, how did he call the police, or how did he get them?
I don't know, I haven't talked to myself.
I understand that, but did you plan some, did he have some plan, or
He never had a plan for this.
did the police?
No, he never really even talked planning to me. He said, like, I just remember the last thing telling me, dude, he said, dude, when the cops come, if they need you or something, he said, I'm not gonna call you unless they make me. Because, like, our full meditative plan is, like I told you, we just snuck out together. I mean, you obviously know that. So.
I guess where I'm confused is, did you talk to him about, okay, I'm gonna go to Am I going to call 911 or am I going to call the non-emergency number?
Not
Make
really.
any plans for that?
He never like verbally stated any plans with it. He just more or less told me like when the cops come, if I'm gonna tell them I snuck out with you, if they need you, I'll call you.
Okay.
That's what I remember him telling me, and nobody ever called. I mean, I kind of stayed awake for a little while, kind of see if someone called, but I eventually just fell asleep.
Have you ever met his father before? What kind of impression do you have?
A dad impression, I don't know. Dad's like a dad, I guess.
His dad?
Yeah, pretty much. Dad, he's got proof of that. I'm kidding.
There's a few things that we haven't done, and that would be the autopsy. So that may change things as far as the ammunition. So if there's anything about the ammunition you haven't said, we need to talk about that. And I will tell you up front that your story isn't matching what the others are saying regarding the ammunition.
Regarding the ammunition.
Yeah.
What are the other things?
Pretty much I told you that it came from their house.
Yeah, now this is confusing me because how are people gonna know this when people must put up discussions? Because the only two people that should know anything at all, would be me and Jason.
Yep.
So as far as ammunition goes or anything,
But Jason's not telling the same story about the ammunition. It's
oh, so Jason said that he got the ammunition.
Yeah.
You know, he just didn't mean steal the ammunition.
We ended up talking to him several times.
So he said that I gave him the ammunition.
That it came from the gun. Yeah. You know what? I wonder if are you worried about providing a gun versus providing ammunition? Because don't we?
I'm worried for providing anything.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, well, I gave him the bullets. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's what's holding you back from telling the truth. Are they the bullets that we took this morning?
Well, they might have been, I don't know,
There's some different ones there.
I wasn't looked, no, and I seems to not think you guys are gonna be able to match, you know?
Why?
There's different ones in my house that I gave them.
Oh,
I mean, shoot that.
okay. Do you know how the matchup bullets go? Through the barrel. That's how you match up a bullet, like the bullet that came out of his, that's cut, the casing or the bullet that would come out of Ken's body will match that. And the bullet, that shell casing to the inside of the weapon, that's how we'll,
So basically what discharge,
right.
that's gonna be one of the guys. I thought that too, but one that is gonna be Ken's body is copper with a hollow tip.
Copper with a hollow tip, good to hear about.
Silver with a solid tip. But
Did you do that exchange on purpose?
no, it actually worked out like that. I didn't go to Planet 2, I checked it, made sure it worked out like that though.
Do you have any more of the copper with the hollow tip?
I don't, I mean, my brother keeps it, and look, all I saw was silver.
How many did you bring over?
4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah,
Or 45?
no, 4 or 5.
Okay, just in your hand?
Yeah.
So did he really have to,
No, there wasn't anything but the 2 there.
where's that at?
All gone.
Are you being truthful now?
I think we pretty much know it.
What would be your reasoning for not being truthful on the ammunition?
What else you gotta do? I mean, what am I going up for here? Like,
What your exact charges are?
I'm like, what's gonna go on, and what are they gonna do?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're not gonna go up tonight, you're gonna have to go into some sort of detention.
Thanks. Like, why away?
Well, I'm not sure. We'll start out with Stearns Jail and see where they want you to go, like their decision where you go. And then have you been to Ohio? Okay. Then within 48 hours, you'll be back here in front of a judge, and that's where you'll plead guilty or not guilty, your very first appearance.
The one I couldn't get it, I killed you.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna be charged with yet, because I always go into these with the idea of, okay, these are the crimes that I know you committed. I'm gonna work to, my idea is to get the truth, okay, that's what I want. And if I can get somebody to sit here and tell me what I believe is true, to what matches to the crime scene, what matches to the bullet, and all that stuff, to me, that's more important than the actual charge. So I'll go in and I'll tell if it's a crime, but also remember that you're extremely cooperative and help us out in every way that I think you can. And that's why I'm really glad that you told me about the bullet. So there's one other thing that we're lacking in, and that's the magazine.
Magazine was a single clip and everything, and then we showed that it was a simple bullet. I took it and like we had it together. He just like he gave it to me. The magazine was still there. It's at my house. Magazine off. They just pulled it out. So oh my god, right. Well, when Watson's officer took the gun, they take the magazine back. So I just figured that's what they do.
So what do you do with it?
I don't show you the walk of the interstate bridge.
You chucked it where?
I'm driving over the interstate bridge.
Today?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I wanted to get rid of it.
You gave the gun to the cops, but you got rid of the magazine.
Yeah, pretty stupid. So,
Were there any rounds in it?
no.
How many rounds were in it when you brought it over to the house?
You know, like, so like, I'm not even sure.
So you think you used wrong?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, there was nothing nice. He was back in the shop, so.
Okay. Your story is really matching up with me, and I appreciate that. How about the gun? Did you do anything to the gun to try to alter it?
It's, girl.
Just doesn't count, Rich.
Well, 'cause he told me that pretty much I want to save my ass. I had to do something with barrel. I can strike that over.
Like in the top of the barrel?
Just like that, like
Okay. Where's the olive branch?
At my house, I'm going to bring the boat, get out of the ocean.
Okay. All right. And the purpose for that was?
So, barrel.
Oh, okay.
They told me to do it, so I did it.
Okay. Anything else you can think of?
You know,
Well, how many times do you keep using the word strategic planning? Strategic planning. How many times did you guys strategically plan? Or did you have ideas?
one or two stupid Hollywood really cool movie ideas that never were you know like. That's basically what it was. That's all I thought it ever was.
And the one was to storm in and take them while he's sleeping.
No, that was a spur of the moment idea.
Oh, okay.
We were in the house, we had like spur of the moment idea, either walk in while he's sleeping, just do it, or walk in there and ramble it. Basically, that's all I talked about. I mean, like I said, I was in the house, so as far as what he did, I don't know.
Did he tell you when his dad was sleeping at that hour?
Yeah, his dad was asleep for sure. I mean, like, we walked up in the house and like, and I checked if his dad was sleeping.
When did you do that?
Like, in that half an hour that we were sitting next to house.
When you're trying to figure out how to do it?
Yeah, like, we were going on it together, but I knew I wasn't going to do anything, you know? And I just came up to it one time, and I'm just like, I'm not going to do this, so,
What did he want you to do?
he just wanted me to kill him.
Like, you were supposed to do all the shooting?
Yeah,
What
like,
did he do?
nothing.
Give you money for it?
Yeah, he was going to go and raid his dad's bedroom for more, I guess.
Did you talk about that? Did you guys talk about that you're planning, opening up drawers and making it look like somebody went through?
He said, try to make him not put this much into the out. This kind of little, so.
When did he tell you that he did that?
He told that, yeah.
Car? Okay.
He's gonna be so pissed.
Don't you think for a minute that he had been telling the truth or talking?
Has he been?
Don't you think that he's gonna swing by himself? Don't think that he's been sitting over there making himself out? Or I should say, don't think he has been making himself out. You know what I'm saying?
So he's gonna tell him the truth too, or what?
Partially, yeah. Yeah, but you both need to understand you have to be afraid for you because you're not going to sit in jail for him. You're going to sit for yourself. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Sorry about that. So anyway, this is, you know how serious this is. You need to do what is absolutely right for you to get yourself out from underneath this best you can. And that's what we're doing right now. What I'd like to try and do is a couple things. I'd like to try, seriously, I really want to find that thing.
You never really find it.
Tell me what direction you're traveling.
Really more. You know where Warner Lake is?
Pretty early.
And you know Warner Lake is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that. There, you know, 94 Bridge or whatever. I'm going this way and Clearwater. I'll have to get the bridge.
So
I gotta do a little of this.
Clearwater's here.
Yeah.
It's Warner Lake. You're traveling towards Clearwater.
Yeah.
Who throws it out?
I did. This was today. This happened this today.
Okay, about what time?
Order 3.
If you're traveling this way, how do you throw it this way?
So it's always down before I get ready.
So it looks like
So it's obvious to be official already. I don't know, I always go crap all these
it's clear out faster or it like throw it out your
No, I
driver.
didn't go walk in the target like that, and come over the bridge, just put that on the side, like, right.
So what's down here?
I think it's going.
94 is down here.
Yeah.
Okay, and you did it by the Oklahoma Bridge. Okay. Okay. Where in the basement is the money?
We're in the basement. It's actually stored behind a, insulation piece.
Okay, in your room, in the bedroom?
It's in my, it's, well, it's the wall, what, I mean, are they gonna go search it, or,
Who's they?
I mean, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, so I'm glad it can find for you again.
Like, go with me.
Well, that or showing you the diagram, but it's not the easiest thing. Still, would do good to that base. Start acting there. So, basically, near my bed's here. Yeah, you got a couch from here. Right above this couch, you're sitting the drain, you go straight up in the wall, the insulation is like this. Like it's split, like there's no coats down this way. Like this is all insulation. You pull this back and there's wood back there. You're right in that area, but I wrote it up.
Okay. I'm gonna put mine right there. Just put on money sign or dollars.
And that's also my stash and bought for cigarettes, lighters, and then electric.
Am I gonna find any pot?
There won't be any in there, no.
You said you're out. Okay. Okay. How would you feel about, giving us consent to go to your house and get that money and get your ammunition? Would you consent to that?
Well, I have to give you permission to do that.
You and your parents do.
Yeah. Sure.
And I have a form here that I can. I would fill out.
So basically, if it's gonna go down as manslaughter, so I don't know.
I don't know, gee, you know, I wouldn't be able to know unless I read all the statutes. Your parents know anything about this? No? Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh. Thanks. Just put the tape at about 23:52. I could hear something, but I didn't know what it was. Yeah, whatever it is. Probably similar to what your dad has. I can't hear, I can't think straight. Anything else that we haven't talked about that you think we should? What this is, says here, Matt, is that it's called a consent search, and the date is here, your address, because that's where I want to go. And it says, I, Matthew Graham Muller, have been informed of my constitutional rights not to have a search made in my premises, here and after mentioned without a search warrant, and my right to refuse consent search hereby authorized. Okay, that's a bunch of mumble jumble. What I'm saying, asking you is, do you mind if I go to your house, go into your room and take those items? And what I'm looking for is ammunition and the money.
You can take those items, all right.
And then, yeah, so it will be me, this is the residence that I'm going to, and if it's okay with you, I'd ask you to sign right there. Now, when you say take those items, are you telling me there's other stuff in there?
Stuff right with Dave, but
I don't want your pot pipe.
yeah, well,
I don't want them. Okay, anything else you can think of?
well, you won't find any pop packs, you just. Up there.
Your what?
We just find the money up there, you won't find any pop packs.
What else would I want out of your room? I don't have a crank or anything in there, do you? Okay.
You're not stupid. Well, let me clear that. Not entirely stupid.
Let me go do some checking about where we're at, and I'll be right back. Anything else? Any need or anything?
I didn't have to. Okay. I don't think that we've done anything with it. I'm a person who created lawyer. She's busy right now, so she asked for my help. Did she tell you that you were going to be taken into custody and called up to Stearns County Jail?
I'm gonna go to Stearns County Jail.
You go to Stearns County Jail to start with. You're 17, is that right? Okay, it's my understanding that they are going to bring you somewhere else. I just don't know where that somewhere else is.
You know, how long basically our deal is there.
Right? I can't even suggest that.
Can you give me a range?
I guess what I can tell you is I'm fairly certain that you will remain in custody until you have a court hearing, which will be in
If it's 48 hours.
May.
So
I'm certain that
there's
you're
potential that I could go back home after that 48-hour period.
there is a potential. Yeah. But what I am fairly certain about is that you will be in that first 1 week until you have that initial hearing. And that's about all I can even guess for it. I don't know what she's going over, so I'm gonna let you know a few things. Did she explain? Apparently you know about the 40 hours, so she explained some of that. This form just basically tells you that we have the right to take you into custody, that we took you into custody regarding the laws relating to the crime of murder and second degree.
I just kind of want to know what, if you could just make it a nice clear picture. You want to go down for whatever.
Tell you what, I want you to take a finish it one first. Let's get one thing done out of the way so we don't get confused.
And I'd like to answer your questions, but one of the things that I need to remember to explain this to you and give you as much information about how long you're in custody, why you're in custody, and those kinds of things. And then, like you said, if you've got other questions, we can try to answer. But then it's about you being arrested for signing waivers. We're going to bring you up to Stearns County Jail, and they will likely transfer you somewhere else.
In the jail is where
Just right upstairs.
So that's where I'm going to be staying. Hear that?
no, you'll be taken probably to the location.
To another location, I mean, the line of waste facility.
That's a possibility of the Minor Lake Shore.
And I'll stay in that place for the rest of the 48-hour period.
Probably.
So basically, it'll just be like a cell or whatever with that.
I don't know what the village.
If they give, well, they're going to give me like a really like this.
There's a lot of possibilities of juvenile secure detention facilities, and I don't know which one they will find for you. I'm sure they're making calls different events right now. But I wanted to let you know why you were taken into custody. As I said, you were arrested for something pretty minor. The initial location of the detention facility is right upstairs, Stearns County Jail, and you'll probably be taken somewhere else. Your parent, guardian, or custodian, attorney or guardian advised they make an initial visit to your secure detention facility at a time. Subsequent visits by a parent, guardian, or custodian may be made on a reasonable basis during visiting hours and by the juvenile's attorney or guardian provided in reasonable hours.
So in other words, they can't have friends go. That's right.
This doesn't say you can't have friends, but it says you can have parents, guardians, etc. My guess is you won't be able to have friends. But this just tells you you can have that. You may telephone your parents and your attorney or guardian ad litem from the secure detention facility immediately after being admitted to that facility and thereafter on a reasonable basis to be determined by the director of the facility. So you get to make some calls as soon as you get there and you can follow and see what their rules are. You may not be detained for committing a delinquent act, which this is defined as, in a juvenile secure detention facility for longer than 36 hours after being taken into custody, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays unless a petition is filed. What the officer was explaining to you, there's these rules about the amount of time you can be in jail. The bottom line is within 48 hours of your arrest, you will be in court. This says 36, which is kind of confusing. The bottom line in 2 days, you will be in court. That's the short version. Okay. You may not be detained for committing delinquent acts in an adult jail, which is where we're going to bring you first, longer than 24 hours after being taken into custody, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, legal holidays, unless within that 24-hour period, it's only a petition or motion for certification to adult court have been filed with the court, and the court has determined at a detention hearing that the juvenile shall he may not be detained for committing delinquent acts in an adult jail longer than 6 hours after being taken into custody, including Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, unless it's a let's petition motion for certification or for that 6 hour period of time. And the court has determined after a detention hearing that the juvenile shall remain detained. You will have a detention hearing within that 48 hours. I do not know when, so I can't tell you that.
So there'll be a day in court where they're going to see a judge.
Yeah. Whatever facility you're at, one of the workers there will see you. Let's get you, we have court tomorrow or court later today.
So you'll be brought back here.
Your juvenile, your parent, your guardian, or custodian have the right to be present and to be represented by counsel at your detention hearing, and that counsel will be appointed at public expense for any juvenile appearing in a detention hearing who cannot afford to hire counsel. If the juvenile waives representation, standby counsel should be. I know you have a lot of questions, but first I want to know if you have any questions about this form, ready to go into what's happening to you.
It's as far as in the next 2 days, basically.
Yeah, first of all, about this form. Anything that I explained to you, this form, when I read
We just went over it.
yeah, any questions about that?
The only questions I have is like phone calls to friends, but I'm sure I'll figure that out later anyway. So.
Yeah,
And
and
up to the facility.
okay, any other questions about the form? Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to slip out and then just quickly run some copies. I will be right back.
You got blood or any more water in the entry? Did you use the restroom?
Yeah, actually.
Both Matthew Merler and Jason McLennan were tried as adults. Matthew Merler pleaded guilty to the second-degree murder of Ken McLennan and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Jason McLennan was convicted of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life for murdering his father. Jason McLennan's interview will be released in part 2 of this video series.